No, my ABCs, baby. That won't do sing with me.
What makes you confident that those are not going to be
Yellow,
blocked by the court?
peace, blue, and purple,
I don't
baby.
think they will.
I
I don't
like
think they
colors,
can be.
baby.
They're very
I
straight
love
up.
rainbows.
Why don't you take that
But-
and go over here? Can you get him over here, not on the side angle?
Baby,
Do you mind? Just go
Mommy,
right over
look
here.
what I
Your
did.
friends.
Mommy, look what I
Sir, this is
did.
an executive order
Mommy, look what I
realigning the United
did.
States refuge.
What am I gonna do to Jesus?
Thank you, sir. This next executive order is about protecting America from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threats. Again, a crisis at the border, but it goes beyond that and it implicates other executive powers as well.
Okay.
President Trump, the cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations. Would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
And that was actually a
Look, he died.
Say it.
I'm gonna make his eyes
that
red.
Maduro will accept Venezuela?
Well, we're gonna see on Venezuela. We're looking at Venezuela very strongly.
Let me show you what I made.
It's a country I know very well for a lot of reasons, and it's well, it was a great country 20 years ago, and now it's a mess. Right?
Expect ice raids starting tomorrow in major cities.
What does that mean?
Can we expect ice raids in major cities?
I don't want to say when, but it's going to happen. Has to happen. Oh, we're not going to have a country left.
This is actually an executive order designating the cartels and other organizations to be foreign terrorist
This is
organizations.
how you make his eyes.
That's a big one.
Yes, sir.
People have wanted to do this for years, so they are now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that, but we have to do what's right. They're killing our
This
people.
is how you make his
They're killing
eyebrow.
250, 300,000 American people a year. Not 100,
Next,
like has been reported for 15 years. It's probably
this is
300,000.
how you make his
This is an executive.
If Mexico doesn't want that, how are you gonna deal with this?
I don't know, you'll have to ask them.
Sir, this is an executive order entitled Protecting the American People Against Invasion, which again deals with the southern border and the unprecedented admission of illegal aliens across the southern border.
No.
What do you think the biggest national security threat to the U.S., Mr. President? What's going to be your priority on foreign policy?
Say?
What's going to be your priority on foreign policy? What do you see as the biggest
Well,
national
foreign
security?
policy is a big statement. I mean, my priority on foreign policy, it's going to be to keep America safe. Very simple. It's a big question, though. That's a very big question.
Who's going to be the first foreign leader that you plan to meet, or who are you going to call tomorrow on
And
your
if
first
you
day?
I've already been meeting people. I've been meeting them. I've been talking to them. I met with
Here.
Prime Minister Trudeau, who I call Governor Trudeau.
Germs.
I met with numerous foreign leaders.
Germs.
Go ahead.
Sir, this next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
Germs. Germs.
Could be.
No, those are germs.
You think we have good ground, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out.
Live in the teddy.
It's ridiculous. We're the only country in the world that does this with birthright, as you know. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. But, you know, we'll see. We have very good grounds.
Sir,
People have wanted to do this for decades.
Sir, this is a proclamation declaring a national emergency at the southern border of the United States.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh? You know what that means, right?
76.
President Trump, did President Biden leave you a letter?
Are you kidding me?
He may have. Wait. Don't they leave it in the desk? I don't know. Oh.
What's in there?
Thank you, Peter. It could have been years before we got it. Wow, thank you.
Can you read that on the outside?
Maybe we should all read it together.
Let's read it.
Well, maybe I'll read it first and then make that
That sounds
determination.
great.
Peter, thank you very much. I may not have seen this for months.
Happy to help with the passing of the torch.
I left him one in the desk just like this.
What are you talking about?
Unification of our country. You know, I didn't know that he gave a pardon to his family
Six.
because he did it during my
Let's count
speech.
to 30.
No, he didn't tell me. He did it, they released it during my speech. I mean, during my speech. So all I could do was say, excuse me, I'd like to come back and speak some more. So, no, we were surprised by that. It's bad precedent, obviously.
How are you thinking on tariffs on Mexico, given the actions you're signing on board?
Well, we're thinking in terms of 25% on Mexico and Canada because they're allowing vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact those?
I think February 1st.
Are you planning on giving notice of that?
I think we'll do it February 1st.
25% of both,
Sir,
On each.
on each, yeah.
this is an executive order, taking a large number of executive actions to secure our southern border.
Okay? Sounds reasonable.
President Trump, we remember 4 years ago, Barack Obama had told you that the top threat to the country was going to be North Korea. Did you?
There's building a plant in the U.S., so we're gonna have a lot of workers coming in, but we have to have legal immigration.
Do you have a date in mind for when you want to put out on the China tariffs?
Which one?
On the same side piece, President Trump,
Eat
your
your brain.
members of your team now
Yeah.
used to warn about the dangers of TikTok spying on
Please
Americans.
don't get me,
What
please.
games
I
they
forgive
can
you.
operate on
I
that?
beg you.
Well, it depends on the deal. I mean,
Beg
I may not do the deal, or I may do the deal. TikTok
Life like a
worthless.
gingerbread man.
worthless if I don't approve it.
Life.
It has to close. I learned that from the people that own it.
You
If
cut
it-
my best
If
friend.
I don't do the deal, it's worthless, worth nothing.
Not your best friend.
If I do the deal, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. A
Right,
trillion.
I told you he's
So if I do
a
the deal for the,
spider.
I'm talking about doing it for the United States. If I do the deal for the United States, then I think we should get half.
The TikTok
In other words, wait, I think the US should be entitled to get half of TikTok.
Wrong way.
And congratulations, TikTok has a good partner. And that would be
I
worth,
can't even stop
could be $500 billion or something. It's crazy, the numbers are crazy. But it's worthless if the president doesn't sign, then it's worthless. If the president does sign, it's worth maybe $1 trillion. So I think, like a joint venture, I think we would have a joint venture with the people from TikTok. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's one of many ideas.
Yeah,
I've
right.
had.
So like now, have you
Please,
really
I'll
opened
tell
the
you.
ideas
Who?
when this
What?
TikTok is around?
Oh, I think he'd probably like it. Because he's got nothing.
So,
They really have nothing.
you
You know,
got
it's passed in Congress. It gives the president a right to make a deal.
Mommy, long
Or
leg.
to close it. And we have 90 days to make that decision. But I could see making a deal with the U.S. gets products made in China, and nobody ever complained about it. The only one they complain about is TikTok. And TikTok is largely young people. I guess I have a warm spot for TikTok that I didn't have originally. But, you know, I went on TikTok, and I won young people up by 36%, Peter. And Republicans typically don't do too well with young people. But it's a different Republican Party.
Would the U.S. government buy a portion of TikTok then, or how would it get that 50%?
No, you take 50% of TikTok for the approval that TikTok can continue in business. And they'd have a great partner. The U.S. would be their partner. But the U.S. essentially would be paid for doing that half of the value of TikTok.
Saying
Would it be a
help
private
me.
sector owner as well?
Could be, yeah, could be a lot. Tell you what, every rich person has called me about TikTok.
You wanted to block TikTok. Why did you change your mind?
Because I got to use it. And remember, TikTok is largely about kids, young kids. If China's going to get information about young kids, I don't know. I think, to be honest with you, I think we have bigger problems than that. But you know, when you take a look at telephones that are made in China and all the other things that are made in China, military equipment made in China,
What's she doing?
TikTok,
This time.
I think TikTok is not their biggest problem. But there's big value in TikTok if it gets approved. If it doesn't get approved, there's no value. So if we create that value, why aren't we entitled to like half?
Sir, can you give 90 days where you shut them down?
Does Biden ever do news conferences like this?